So question number 1. Evaluate the limit s going to 0, 6 over s minus 6 over s squared plus s. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is find a common denominator. As you can see here, the denominators are not the same, so we have to multiply the right side by s, top and bottom, and the left side by s squared plus s. Now, when you do this, you're going to end up foiling both sides, which is going to give you s cubed plus s squared. And that's going to be your denominator for the next portion of this question, for the next step. Now, this is going to leave you with s cubed plus s squared. And you're also going to want to FOIL the numerator, which is going to leave you with 6s squared plus 6s minus 6s. Now, you can immediately tell that you can cancel out the 6s minus 6s. That's going to leave you with 0, of course. So you can cancel those out, and now you're left with just 6s squared on the top. And now on the bottom, since you want to get rid of that s squared at the top, you can factor out s squared. That's going to leave you with s squared parentheses s plus 1. And there you go. You can cancel out the s squares, and that's going to leave you with 6 over s plus 1 as shown right here. Now that you have s being added by 1 on the bottom, you can evaluate the limit because you're not going to get 0 on the bottom. So that leaves you with 6 over 1, which is just 6, and that is your answer. Now moving on to the second portion of this question, we have evaluate the limit x going to 0, 1 over x plus 6 minus 1 over 6 all over x. So as you can see, we need to change the denominator. We can't just have the x there because then the question is going to be over 0 and we can't have that. So the first part is we want to get a common denominator in the numerator since there's a fraction in the numerator. And we do this by multiplying the right side by x plus 6, top and bottom, as shown here, and the left side by just 6, so we can have common denominator. Now that you found your common denominator, you can FOIL out the top and bottom, which is going to leave you with 6 minus x plus 6 at the top, and at the bottom, you're going to get 6x plus 36. Now, since we have that subtraction symbol in front of the parentheses, we're going to have to distribute it to both terms. After distribution, you're going to be left with 6 minus x minus 6 over 6x plus 36. Now, all the way in the top, you can see that you can cancel out the 6's, so go ahead and do that. Now you're going to be left with negative x over 6x plus 36. And that is all over x. So you have a fraction over a fraction. Since we have that, we're going to do keep, change, flip. That's going to be our top term. That's going to be our bottom term. So we're going to keep the top term and multiply by the conjugate of the bottom term. So we get the top term, negative x over 6x plus 36, and we multiply by the conjugate of x, which is 1 over x. As you can see here, we can cancel out the x and the negative x, as shown. That's going to leave you with a negative 1 on the top, still over 6x plus 36. Now, since there is something being added to the x, we can evaluate the limit. So -1 over 6 times 0 plus 36, and that's going to equal to -1 over 36, and that is your answer.